Good morning to you. I am dressed as a Victorian woman would be when she came down for breakfast. Now, I'm going to do something no Victorian woman would ever dream of doing, and I'm going to show you what my undergarments look like. Now, these are a pair of false sleeves. False sleeves were greatly worn. They added an extra layer of warmth. They created a cuff for the outer garment. And if I wore a very full-sleeved blouse, my false sleeves would be very full as well. Now, this is a camisole. This is what I wear next to my skin underneath my corset, and these are a pair of drawers. During the time period, these would be two separate legs that button over on the waist, leaving the middle part bare. And that's how I'm able to go to the bathroom once I'm laced into my corset. They were called split drawers. Okay, now we come to it. The instrument of torture. This is a Victorian corset. Before we do this, I need a drink. Because it won't work that way. It has to meet, ladies. Let's show them what the gap is here in the back. Now, the ideal woman of this time period should be able to have her husband span her waist. What this means is he should be able to touch his thumbs in the small of her back and his forefingers in the front of her waist. This is called being able to have a man span your waist. This was the ideal of beauty. Now, to achieve this, what these women did is that they would go to the doctors and they would have their floating ribs removed. Those are the ribs that are not attached to your sternum. Now think about this. There's no anesthetic yet. You lay there fully awake while they cut you open and take a saw and just saw right through your ribs. This is why doctors were called sawbones in those days. Let me know when you're going to play. One more? Are you at the bottom? Not quite. Okay, ready? Go ahead. Yes.
Okay, it's together. Okay.
You're all right there? I don't want to put you off your feet. Doctors also carried a small pair of blunt scissors in their kit so that when a lady fainted, one of the things that they could do is just cut through her corset laces so that she could take a deep breath. And in fact, these women, when they died and did autopsies on them, they found that their organs were not in the normal place of a normal human. They were all lined up and stacked up on top of each other that way. And go ahead, there they are. And do me a favor, tie it in a bow. Please don't tie it in a knot. Okay. And shall we show them your work?
Sure.
All right. There's a great story of a very famous actress who was cast in Shakespeare's Othello. Now, opening night, she wanted to be the most fashionable woman there, so she wore her hoop. Unfortunately, when Iago comes to kill Desdemona, he threw her down, the hoop belled up, her little legs were left kicking out, and this became a comedy, which was a tragedy for this poor woman's career. The hardest thing to do in a hoop is to alight into a carriage. And there are enough cartoons and enough jokes from the time period that this really had to happen quite frequently. Carriages had those little fold-down steps. The bottom corner step was forever catching on the bottom rung of your hoop, flipping you over on your back, your hoop bells up, your little legs are left kicking out. Remember, you got split drawers on. This is really embarrassing to have happen to you.